So Matt, clients always ask me, what's a deed? What's the title policy? What's the difference? What's the importance? So why don't you lead us off and tell us what a deed is?
It's a good question, and when clients raise it, I'm excited because I like to talk about it. The deed is the conveyance instrument from the seller to the buyer that transfers ownership. It can come in different forms. It can come as a general warranty deed, where they convey everything they've got. It can come as a trustee's deed, where a trust that owns the property conveys from their trust to the new buyer. It can even come as a quitclaim deed, where the seller is just conveying whatever they think they own to the buyer. So the deed will have very important language as our obligation will be to make sure is included at every transaction. It will be on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper because the counties around Chicago and Cook County require a certain format. We will make sure it's in recordable form. And at the closing, we will advise our client what they're getting, what it means to them long term. For example, if a couple is taking ownership together, what happens if one person passes away? Also will explain when they're going to get the original deed. At the closing, they're going to walk away with a copy of their deed, but we'll explain to them that the deed will be recorded with the county. We'll make sure it gets sent back to them in the original way, and then it's going to be available online. We're also going to remind the clients at the closing not to buy a copy of their deed because there's companies out there, while not a scam, a product that a buyer doesn't really need. So we remind them, if you get mail requesting them to buy their deed, to ignore it. What's insurance?
So title insurance is the policy that you get from the title company. And it's a policy unlike one you'll ever buy again, unless you buy another house. And it insures you from the date of closing going backwards in time. And what it basically does is insures the purchaser against phantom liens or unpaid taxes or different aspects of title that pop up and they need to be protected against. So an old second mortgage, an old tax bill from prior years, the title company is insuring them against any loss that would occur because of those defects in title that should have been protected.
So after the closing, if a contractor files a lien for work they claim was done after the closing, am I protected?
So that's a good point. So it's a backwards looking policy. It protects you from work that was done from the closing date prior, but not the closing date afterwards. And then the title policy will also protect you for certain other aspects of the purchase. Like if you have a deeded parking spot or a roof right or a boat dock, or even road access in a rural community.
Will the attorney get me the original policy right on the closing date?
So at the closing, you get what's called a markup of the title policy. And what it does is it shows you how it will look afterwards. And that's what we retain in our records. And you get a copy at the closing as well, so that when the title policy does issue and they get mailed to the client, if there's any discrepancies, they can be reconciled at that time.
Great.